It's a hobby also, but at times, it can be serious work because I think when you go in the studio and you want to do the best you can and be a part of a team, it's work, and sometimes we get paid for playing live. There's a lot of things that we do that we're doing it because it's a hobby and it's fun, but the bottom line is it's a job, and I try to keep the fun aspect in it because when it's not fun anymore, then it really does become a job that is something of a bit of a negative experience. So as long as it can be fun, as long as it's enjoyable, as long as it's something, because our band is all veteran musicians, really good guys that have all been in other very successful bands. And the thing is, it's funny that we have more fun with our band, with our little band, than we did with all the other bands that were the big bands that made all the money and were very famous. The little band now is more fun. It's because we're not taking it too serious. We're just having fun. So I guess in a way you could say it's a hobby, but I know once it gets serious, it becomes a job. So we try not to take it too serious. We're trying just to have fun, and we just all original music. We don't copy anybody's style. I mean, there's definitely going to be influences because, number one, our guitarist played in the Circle Jerks for 25 years. Two, the drummer is original drummer from Suicidal Tendencies. So those influences are going to be inherent in the music. But I think our band sounds a little bit more like the Descendants or like Black Flag than it does like the Circle Jerks or Suicidal Tendencies. So the bottom line is that it's changing, because I'm the bass player. I just play bass guitar, but my influences at a very early age was Black Sabbath. My influences were Jimi Hendrix, with stuff like that. So when you start mixing like Circle Jerks, Black Sabbath, Jimi Hendrix, Suicidal Tendencies, you get a different sound, Our singer used to be in DFL with Adam Horowitz from the Beastie Boys, so he's kind of a little bit more of an MC style, but with a punk rock attitude, So the band is different. I mean, GFP, it's kind of what the name stands for, General fucking Principle. It's about keeping things very traditional, so. Oh, I surf a lot. I'm a surfer, so I'm surfing in the mornings. During the day, skating, running a business, whatever I need to do during the day usually happens during, normal work hours. And at night, I play music a lot. I DJ occasionally, and I play bass guitar in two different bands. One is a punk band, other one is a band, a project that I do with Ray Barbie. And we just play instrumental guitar stuff it's called the Chicken Noodle Project. And we have a really good drummer, a guy named Matthew Rainwater. And just stuff like that, it's just music, entrepreneurial business, running, surfing. That's basically a good day for me, is when I can get all of those things done. Stretching, a good diet, and surfing. And then I can skate. I can skate pretty good. A lot of stretching, but not necessarily yoga, kind of stuff that's yoga-oriented, but more just warming up your muscles, not trying to always run into things without warming up. Because that's usually when you get hurt. When you get hurt is when you're not ready to actually do something extreme and you try to do it and maybe don't make it or something goes wrong. Because you've got to be ready. Skateboarding, a lot of it is about learning how to fall. If you don't know how to fall, you're not going to last. You're going to end up getting an injury or getting hurt, and all it takes is one good fall to take you out for a career even, So me, at a very young age, I learned how to fall really good, and I'm still pretty good at it. But at 55, 54 years old, try not to fall. That's the best thing, is stay on no matter what. The more you can stay on, the less that you're going to actually take any type of concussive falls, the better your day is going to be. Well, skateboarding can be a little trendy sometimes, but you know what? I don't get caught up in all of that shit. It's like the bottom line is that we just do it because it's fun. And there's no way that we're going to get caught up in like all the trendy fashion part of skateboarding, because that's not what's important to us, The important part of skateboarding to us is that it's fun and that it's something that's exciting and it's healthy and it's something productive, Like as far as like that one part of skateboarding where it was all about little wheels and baggy pants and all that shit, that shit's gone. You know, that skateboarding has a way of weeding out all of the negative trends, and you know, the whole hip hop thing, like all that, you know, all that shit kind of comes and goes. It's not that important. The most important thing about skateboarding is the fact that it's exciting, it's fun, it's productive, it's creative. It's really creative, you know. And if you're a skateboarder, those are the things that you love. It's not the baggy pants and the hip hop music and the little wheels and like all, you know, all the technical tricks and shit. Those are fine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool, because everybody's got their own little deal. But for me, it's like we said at the beginning of the interview. I just like to ride. I like to ride. I like to have fun. I like the feeling of being on the board, and I like the feeling of accomplishing something very difficult and making it look easy. It's grace, basically. That's what we call grace. And it's free. Because if God gives you the ability to do something really well and you make it look easy, that's grace. It's not really a gift from the ego. It's a gift from the grace of something bigger than yourself. What I look at it is like a higher power. Like my gift as a good skateboarder and a surfer and all the things I got, I was born with that shit. But the thing is, I practiced and practiced and practiced and did it over and over and over and over and over until I had it, a technique. And the technique is very similar to martial arts. I'm like a black belt in skateboarding, you know, but what do? I use that technique to do what I like to do, and it gets better and better and better and better. And at 55 years old, hopefully in September, I'll be 55 years old, I'll be one of the best in the world. Because I've done it over and over. You know, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. I don't really like anything in the skate park except for skateboards. I'm like a very pure when it comes to skateboarding. I don't like bikes in there. I don't like razors in there. I don't like rollerbladers in there. Unfortunately, there's places I go where I have to ride with guys on bikes and stuff, and I'm not a hater, you know. I don't try to like fuck with them. I don't try to like have an attitude. Do I get a little irritated sometimes? Yeah, sometimes I do, especially with bikes, because there's kids on bikes that don't know what they're doing yet and they can get in the way and be very dangerous. But you know, nowadays, everybody has a right to ride, you know, and it's just like, I just have to be considerate of them, give them their space. Just like, you know, the only way I'm going to get my space and get respect is if I'm considerate of other people's space too. I have to be considerate of their space, you know, because I'm not just going to go in there and force everybody to do what I want them to do. But the answer to the question really is I'm a purist. I like skateboard parks for skateboarders. Yeah. Just skateboarders. No bikes, no razors, no rollerbladers, you know, just skateboarding. So that's ideally, that's paradise for me, that as far as skate parks go, you know. Or any place really, like an empty pool, a pipe, a spot on the street, you know, with just me and the guys, you know. Oh, you guys are from Czechoslovakia? Oh, wow. Yeah, I've never been to Prague. I would just like to say that eventually I would love to visit. I heard it's a beautiful city, and I know there's a lot of history there, as well as I hear the architecture is amazing. I'm very interested in culture. I love exploring and discovering different cultures, and someday I'm hoping that I can come to Prague and skateboard with you guys there in Czechoslovakia, because I'm very interested in the eastern side of Europe that I haven't had an opportunity to visit yet. I would like to go to Russia. I would like to go to Czechoslovakia. I would love to just see some places that I haven't seen. I haven't even been to East Berlin yet, so I'm kind of west side all the way. You know, west side from LA, west side United States, but you know, western part of Europe I've been in, and hopefully someday I'll be able to experience. I know you guys used to have a big contest there every summer. Do you still have a big contest in Prague and Czechoslovakia?
Mystic Cup.
Yeah. Is that still happening this year too? Yeah, it's a big contest. Maybe someday I'll be able to come over and experience the contest, or just come. But I would just like to say, you know, to all the skateboarders in Czechoslovakia, don't give up the fight. Keep skating no matter what. Stay free.